Life has changed in Russia this year, and I find so much fascinating to document some of these little changes around me, just like this half-empty shopping mall in my Siberian hometown.
Welcome to a typical mall in Russia. My name is Nikki. I live in St. Petersburg city, but recently I have a trip to my Siberian hometown, the city of Omsk, and I thought it will be super interesting to show you how my local shopping mall looks like 3 months after sanctions took place in Russia.
Welcome to the Mega Mall, the biggest and perhaps best shopping mall in the city of Omsk. Just to give you an understanding, there are a lot of malls in my city, but my mom prefers to spend extra hour driving to this place for a variety of local and foreign brands and exclusively for IKEA. That's actually me and my mom shopping here half a year ago. I filmed that day but never uploaded on my channel. How different it feels at the same place, that time and today. All these closed stores give kinda unique feeling of living in weird times.
The plan is simple. First we're gonna see what kind of stores left Russia completely. Then, what kind of international businesses are still operating in Russia, and then I think it will be super interesting to actually go see what kind of Russian brands, what kind of Russian stores we have here, and what kind of clothes I could get there, and for how much. After that we'll do some grocery shopping at Auchan, a huge French supermarket that is really beloved by Russian people. Now let's go see one huge brand that actually left Russia, and most of Russian people are really sad about that.
IKEA is definitely something iconic here. This Swedish company literally conquered hearts of Russian people by its stylish design and affordable prices. It might sound weird for Americans or Europeans, but IKEA was literally my only real option for getting everything for home, because all other alternatives were more expensive and still worse than IKEA. This was a crowded place every single day of a week. My mom and I sometimes came here for choosing a new piece of furniture and having a plate of meatballs after that. But today in IKEA is actually nothing, because they quit starting from March the 4th of 2022.
You know, so far I see that our Mega Mall, by the way that's the name of this shopping mall, Mega, is quite empty. Today is Sunday, but I literally see not too many people here, and I think the main reason for that is that the main anchor stores are actually closed here, like IKEA, H&M, Zara, and quite a few more of them. Of course, there are many other stores that are still being opened, some international brands, some are Russian companies, and some of them are actually really getting some benefit from other companies leaving the Russian market. For example, such stores like Gloria Jeans, Tvoyo, and Be Free. I see that many more people actually visit these stores instead of going to Uniqlo or to H&M simply because they are having kinda decent clothes too. I personally haven't been to any of these stores much, and perhaps I didn't buy anything at these brands, but today we are going to see how it actually looks like. These two shops stay next to each other. Be Free, how ironic the name is, and this one is Tvoyo, which is translated like yours. Let's go check out yours first. They have a banner over here saying that one t-shirt costs 300 rubles, denim jeans 1000 rubles, and a hoodie from 1000 rubles.
Nikki the editor is here. Russian ruble is been quite weird and unpredictable recently. 2 months ago it went down to 140 rubles per $1, and today it stays somewhere around 60 rubles per dollar, but at my own bank I can exchange $1 that I earn on YouTube for 54.6 Russian rubles. That is actually very low money in Russia. Even now, when ruble's price increased, it doesn't make any difference for prices that we see inside the country. 3 months ago, prices for nearly everything skyrocketed, and right now, when ruble is getting stronger, prices don't hurry to become lower. This creates a weird situation when I will be tagging prices in dollars, and these prices might look extremely ridiculously high for you. And if prices for groceries or for clothes might not tell you too much, check out this price for iPad mini. That's how much it costs in Russia, exchanging into American dollars, and that's how much you can pay for that in America. But let's come back to our shopping mall.
You know, guys, I don't know why they write like 300 per t-shirt, but the cheapest basic t-shirt for myself, like for a male, I found here is this black t-shirt. Wait. That costs 699 rubles, basically 700 rubles, which is quite a lot in my opinion just for a basic t-shirt. For a pair of jeans, I would have to pay 2,300 rubles each, and that is actually again more than they stated outdoors. Perhaps they do have some denim stuff for as low as 1,000 rubles, but honestly, I haven't found it yet. And mate, check out this thing. Can you see this black marker over here? A few months ago, Instagram and Facebook were banned in Russia. Russia basically stated that Instagram and Facebook are extremist organizations. And some companies somehow started to cover their logos, but in my opinion, that's just stupid. I really tried to find a t-shirt and any denim products that would cost exactly the same price that they stated by the entrance. I haven't found it yet. Maybe I can try my chances with hoodies. You see the signs? The numbers above me, it says hoodie starting from 999 rubles, so I'll search every single one of them and I'll try to find. I just searched every single hoodie and I found only 2 among like so many of them for the price they stated. It looks like a little bit scammy to me. Let's go see B3 now. So B3 feels a little bit different from yours, Tvoyo, and somehow everything at yours screams like it's a cheap store without actually providing really low prices. And here at B3 it feels just like a normal store, and I found a basic t-shirt over here is just pure black and it costs 799 rubles with a discount. And it feels just like a normal, nice t-shirt, about the same that we saw at yours. Jeans would cost me much more than at yours. The cheapest one I found here is 3,800 rubles, but the ones I like is it over here. Kinda I like grayish stuff. It cost 4,000 rubles exactly. And any of these hoodies would cost me 3,600 rubles. You know, I haven't even visited this store before, but it looks kinda alright. I don't really need to buy anything right now. Perhaps, I don't know, a pair of socks. Yeah, let's find some socks.
Another stop today is a bookstore. I just wanted to check if there's anything I like here. Dan Brown's Origin would cost me exactly 23 American dollars and 63 cents. Dune would cost me $18 and 16 cents. Crime and Punishment goes much cheaper, just $5 and 64 cents. And here's a very interesting book hidden in history section, all about Putin and his comrades for $16. Now, let's go grocery shopping.
This store is massive and Russian people actually like it so much. It exists in every single big city in Russia. But before getting inside, I want to ask you guys to subscribe to my channel and help me to fix this number. You know guys, I'm not going to look for something specific, I'm just going to shop for the same groceries as I will do without taking my camera with myself, so you'll see what a real person, myself, will get at this place. This is the first thing that I'm going to get. I used to buy this one for myself, then I showed it to my mom and she really liked it, but look at this. Today it costs 700 rubles for 12 pack. You know, before I used to pay 250, 300 rubles for this pack, it's now like more than 2 times more expensive. I'm going to get something anyways, but not this one. This one is like 60 rubles for washing clothes once. A bigger pack is like 30, I don't know, 40 rubles per once, but I'm actually going to get Tide. Before it was more expensive than Ariel or than Persil or any other stuff, but today it's actually the best choice. Let me introduce the next item in our grocery list. Toilet paper. And no, there's no toilet paper. Panic in Russia right now. But I see that my granny is actually getting cheapest among all the toilet papers, so I guess I gotta get a nicer one. Ziva Deluxe Cashmere Peach for 400 rubles, 12 rolls. This BS is the toilet paper that many old people in Russia get typically, because first it looks like something they had in their like childhood, I guess, like Soviet toilet of paper, and this cost only 7 rubles per one. In comparison, this one cost about 35-40 rubles per roll. This is the oil I usually use for cooking. This one is pure sunflower seed oil, and this one is sunflower seed oil plus olive oil. I'm getting this one today, and it costs 170 rubles, which is like 60% more expensive than before. Last time I bought pesto, my mom loved it, but the price is crazy today. I used to buy this one for about 180 rubles or 200 rubles per pack, and now you see the price. And I used to buy this one for about 200 rubles as well, maybe a little bit more expensive, and now this one is 350. That is way too expensive. I'm sorry, pesto, I'm not getting you. These are spreads, or shproty in Russian. Basically, this is such kind of canned fish which is extremely popular in Russia. It might look not that beautiful, but actually this one is delicious. My granny usually buys the cheapest one possible, something like this in metal cans, and they are actually not bad. They are delicious too, but I want to buy something a little bit better. So apparently this one is 130 rubles, which is, I don't know, like 50% more expensive than before, maybe even more, for 160 grams. We are not getting this one today. Originally, I wanted to get this one, but then I saw Shproty Extra. It's 270 grams for 230 rubles. I didn't find anything I wanted to get from that section, and here we have fresh food, vegetables, fruits, and also meat, fish, and other kind of stuff. I'm also not taking any vegetables or fruits, but just for your information. Dirty cheap carrot costs 60 rubles and 44 rubles for this onion. This potato is crazy expensive, 80 rubles per kilo. I think a few months ago this potato was around like 45 rubles a kilo, and now it's like double price. And these are cucumbers, these are tomatoes, and over here we have apples and other fruit. These apples are the cheapest one. They actually look like just so-so, and they cost 150 rubles. And nicer apple, the red ones, they cost 220 rubles per kilo. And bananas here, they used to be 50 rubles a kilo, now it's 104. Here we have a bakery of this Ashan supermarket, and they actually have a lot of nice stuff. Here is ciabatta with olives, a quarter of a kilo for 65 rubles. This kind of bread is lavash, very thin, something that you can use for making such kind of shawarma or any kind of other stuff. I'm gonna get one of them. This kind of meat is something that my mom and granny do not buy often. Perhaps because this one is more expensive than chicken and they prefer to be, I don't know, cost efficient. But I want to treat them some good meat. So it's like 750 rubles for a kilo for this piece of beef. I think it looks nice. Let's get it. You know, I like the idea of getting something to my family or friends that they will not get by themselves. And I thought of getting a really huge piece of cheese for my mom. She loves cheese, but I realized that she will not finish it on time before it actually goes wrong, so let's just take a normal piece of cheese, but good one. These two cheeses are actually Russians. This one is Russian Maasdam, and this one is Russian. I actually have no idea how to call this cheese. And it's like caramel cheese, and I'm really curious to taste it. Here's really a lot of various sweets, and personally for myself, I do not get anything like this, or I get it like really rare. But my mom loves it, my granny loves it. Oh, I know that this one is actually very delicious. If I buy any kind of sweet stuff, I get this one, and it's like 103 rubles. But I used to get this for only 65 rubles before. These waffles is something that I haven't seen before. Apparently it's from Austria, so cheers to my Austrian subscribers, and let's get this one. It's 183 rubles. I think we got enough of stuff. Let's go pay for it, and I'll be really hurrying to come back home to join the live premiere that I scheduled for my latest upload. Yay. Hopefully I'll be on time. Добрый день. You know, in St. Petersburg, people do not use masks anymore. It's like official information in Moscow, St. Petersburg, no need to use masks anywhere. But apparently in my Siberian hometown, still some places require customers to use masks. As I said in the beginning, I feel that we live in such a weird time, and I'm really curious to see what will people of the future will say, will write about everything that is happening this year. And talking about the people of the present, it's really complicated. In Russia, basically, we have people divided into two groups. First is westernized people, Russian young people who live in large cities like Moscow, St. Petersburg, or basically any other big city. They understand what is going on and what Russia does to Ukraine, or at least they think that they understand. And the second group of people is basically older generation, or people who live in remote areas of Russia, who watch just TV daily for getting their news. And these people think that Russia is doing a favor to Ukrainian people, and it's nearly impossible to talk to these people using any kind of arguments. But maybe empty malls and emptying refrigerators will somehow change their mind. Anyways, I'm staying here sharing my daily life with you, and if you want to see more videos from me, the least you can do is subscribing with a notification bell and watching the next video.